morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to our live webinar of eIMMIGRATION. My name is Vanessa Vargas on behalf of Cerenade. Thank you for joining us today. Today's our last webinar of the year. I'm excited. Hi, good afternoon. Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year. All right, well, let's get started. Today, we're going to talk about calendar appointments, deadlines, and reminders. I thought it was so funny to have the last webinar about timing, the last of the year, and it's about time and appointments and reminders. All right, so let's begin. For you that if you're new, just so you know, we record all these sessions and we upload the videos in our YouTube channel. And also there is a PowerPoint presentation if you want to download it. It's located under the handouts section. So if you click on handouts, you can download my PowerPoint presentation. And I recommend it because it has links that you can click on later after the webinar. It's usually packed with a lot of information. And so I recommend that if you want a training so that our trainers go at your own pace, then you can also contact us for a private training session. We charge 100 per hour. And these, again, free webinars are recorded and we keep the video. So you can always watch the videos later. All right, so download the PowerPoint. You can click on the links. And if you have questions, we're going to have a Q&A. But you can also chat me throughout the training so that you can ask questions, okay? All right, so let's begin. Let me switch to my caseworker portal login. Usually what we do, sometimes we have new users joining. So what we're going to do is quickly cover the basic steps, okay? I'm going to show you those 3 basic steps and then we'll go from there. So number 1 is creating a client or a contact. It could be a prospect and then later you can switch the status to active. So create a contact for business or individual clients. And once you have the contact, it's going to look like this, where you enter all the details and information. Let me close this alert. And this information is what transfers to the forms. So make sure that you enter the information, save the changes, and you can also use the alternate view. The alternate view on the right hand side has the templates or questionnaires, which by the way, you can customize. So you can create your own intake forms and utilize them to either send to your clients or like I'm doing now, opening that intake form on my screen and entering the information myself. And again, don't forget to save. Have you guys noticed that we changed the button? Now it's not a floppy disk anymore. Well, I'm from the 80s, like that was like the probably nostalgic icon. And now it says save. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's close this. So step number 1, create a contact profile, enter data. Step number 2, you want to link the family members, or if it's an employment-based case, we're talking about the business client profile, and when we go to members, we link the employees and signatories. So either or, you want to link the members by clicking here, link member. Usually, and most likely you won't have the profile ready. You need to click here, new contact. And the new contact profile is the same process, but now for the family member, and select the relationship. This is the daughter and or employee, signatory, spouse, depending on the relationship, and click link. So eventually you're gonna have the contact profile for your client and you're gonna see all the members linked. And of course, you want to click on the name of the person and now capture their data. Beware, I got an email from a client saying that, the profile was gone. It wasn't deleted. What happened is she sent the questionnaire to the husband and he made a mistake of deleting the data for the client, the wife. When the attorney received the questionnaire, she didn't realize that the client pretty much wiped the whole thing. And the problem or the mistake was that she accepted the questionnaire as, blank. So everything that she had under the general information was gone. It was deleted. So beware when you guys accept a questionnaire from your clients, especially if it's a relatives questionnaire that they didn't, check if it's, wiped, don't accept it. You want to reject it or delete it. Okay. All right. So when you have the contact profile, you've entered data, you link the members. Step number 3 is creating the case. Creating the case on the right hand side, I'm going to click on cases. Now on the left hand side on the top, it says create case. So you're going to click there and go through this case wizard steps. Your location, the type of process. I'm going to pick, I don't know, like a naturalization process. And all these drop-down menus can be customized. Okay, I'm going to click next. I have the attorney's information selected. You can always change that if you have a different attorney that needs to populate the forms. And then here's where we select the role. Now, for the type of case that I chose, which was naturalization, I'm going to select alien. But if it was like, let's say, an adjustment of status, a green card, it's usually the petitioner and the alien. If it's an employment-based case, then the employer has to be linked as employer. That way you can choose the branch and the signatory. Okay, do not select petitioner if it's employment-based case. And if it's a family-based case, then yes, you can do petitioner. All right, so I'll just select for this one alien. We also have like derivatives, or I'm going to click next. I've got the forms checklist, which you can always add another form. So if you type the number, you just select the form. Beware, if you do this and you don't enter the dash, you won't find the form. So just the number. And then you click to add, or you can remove. All right, I'm going to create my case, and that's how you get to the forms. Today, we're not going to talk about, forms or anything else today. It's about calendar appointments, deadlines, and reminders, but I wanted to cover these basic 3 steps for those that are new. Let me see if do you have any questions. Please vote on your screen. All right, so I'm going to close the poll since I've got more than 50% and you guys said yes, thank you. All right, so let's continue. Creating reminders. Let's talk about, there's 2 type of reminders. You can create a reminder at the contact level. Let me close this alert. Actually, I'll show you alerts as well. Okay, so reminders on the right hand side of my menu, I see the little bell, reminders, and then reminders again. If I need to add a reminder at the contact profile, maybe this is a prospect, not necessarily a client, but I want to add a reminder for a consultation or a phone call. Now, if you haven't done it yet, please, please, please customize your menu. Let me tell you why. I think if you get an email or a text message reminder, you want to know exactly what reminder is about. So if it says something like task or follow-up, it's pretty vague. So if you customize it so that you know exactly what this is for, like let's say assessment of expiration dates or call client for follow-up, the way you can customize these options right here is, let me show you, on the top right corner where you see settings, you need to access the administrator portal. If you don't have access, contact your admin and let them know, hey, I need to update eImmigration's categories or type of reminders. And I usually right click and open in a new tab. Let's go over here. So this is the administrator portal, and you just need to go here, type of case or client reminder. So click there, and then you can either edit, insert a new one, delete, or rearrange. Although we have these move up or down, know that if you click on these 6 dots on the left, you can also click drag and drop. So I want the client follow up there. I want a billing reminder category here, etc. And of course, you can insert a new one. So I'll just say, I don't know, RFE related, for example, and then save. All right, so now that I have my new category, I can switch to the other tab, refresh, and add my reminder. I'm clicking close and it won't close. Add reminder. Okay, here we are. So this category now, it's been updated, and I can click on my new category, RFE related. Let's say that we want to call the client related to this RFE, and we want to call them next week on Wednesday. Now, in order for me to remember, maybe I need a notification via text message. If you don't have SMS included in your package and you're interested, you can contact our sales team, but this is an optional module. If you don't have it, you can just send an email reminder. Okay. And let's say we want that to go out a day before, a day before the due date. And I'm going to pick 9 a.m. So on the 2nd of January at 9, we'll get an email so that we remember to call the client about the RFE and who's responsible to make the phone call. I'm going to select my name, and I can CC the client so they know we have a call scheduled. So if you scroll down, you're going to see clients, and you can just, click on the name to select, and then that way you can include her email address. Call is scheduled for tomorrow about RFE. Okay, so I'm gonna save my reminder. Now that I have that reminder, well, we'll talk about the tickler, will we? Yes, we will. Sorry, I'm checking my agenda, making sure I didn't miss the tickler. Um, but yeah, the tickler it's like your general dashboard, will show all your reminders. Know that you can also search, by description or sort, sorry, category responsible, so you have those as well. Now, let me know if you have any questions. I will create a case reminder now. If I go under cases, I have a shortcut. If you notice, these are the cases for this particular client. If she was a case party, then you can see the case. If I need to create a reminder, I can just, use a shortcut. Select, it's called load more data, and I can go straight to reminders or appointments. Okay, so you can use a shortcut. It's called load more data. So the reminders are here, and then I can just add the reminder. This drop-down menu is different from the other one because this is the case profile. Now, let's say we have a court hearing prep appointment with a client. And again, it's basically the same process. Just select the due date, the time. Do not enter the completed date. The other day, someone emailed us about that. The completed date is when you actually do that. Okay, we finished the appointment, and there's no need for the reminder anymore. So you can enter the completion date. And that way, it doesn't appear in your tickler. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Also notice that if you click on appointments, either from here or the contact profile, you can add an appointment. If you have synchronized or linked your Office 365 or Google Calendar events, you can't add an appointment from here. This is eIMMIGRATION's calendar. Okay, so we're going to talk about the calendar, and I'm going to show you how you can share your calendar with your team so that you can book an appointment on their behalf. For example, if we need Ray to handle a consultation, or I don't know, the court hearing prep appointment, I can customize this drop-down menu as well. And for example, let's go back to the admin portal. Remember, for any type of customizations, you need to log in as an administrator, and it's right here. Types of calendar items. You can also do the same thing where you can drag and drop. You can edit, delete, insert, okay? So what I like about this is that you can color coordinate. So for example, let's say, you know what, every time that I see red, it's going to be my court hearing appointments. And so visually speaking, you can identify your court hearing appointments just by looking at the colors. And when you create an appointment right here, if I say, I think I have one like, yeah, like this one, court hearing Vanessa's appointment, so it's red. And let's say that the appointment is on February, I don't know, the 7th. And here we go. And I want, this is not recurrence, and I want to add a notification. This is relatively new. I don't know if like a few months ago, our developers added the notification. So now I can say, well, you know what? Notify me a few hours, a few minutes before the start time, maybe half a day or, a week before, so you can customize or select, sorry. So I'll just say a day before the start time, send me an email, a text message, or both. And the recipients by default are going to be, who's creating the appointment. But I can add either a caseworker just by typing his name. So I want Ray Herrera, and I also want the client. So I'll type her name. So now all of us will get that email, and who's going to get the text message. So let me just add the attorney and also the client. That's it. So now we will get an email and a text message reminder or a notification a day before the court hearing appointment. I'll just call it test. If you notice at the bottom, you can see related cases or clients. The reason why the case has been linked already is because I triggered the appointment from that button. I recommend doing it that way because that way you save time instead of having to click here and search. See, I'm searching for the client and it's just a couple of clicks, but it takes time. So if you want to save time, just go to the case or the client profile, click on appointments, and then trigger or add the appointment, start the appointment from here. That's it. Now, when he goes to his appointment, his calendar, he's gonna see that we created the appointment already. Now, for the calendar, let's click on the icon on the left. You can customize the default layout. For example, I like the month view. It could be week, day, agenda. So you can customize it by default. The way you do that is over here on the top right, go to user preferences, click on calendar, and then settings. So you can change that here. Okay. There are a lot of settings, of course, that you want to maybe change or customize because maybe you want to integrate with your Office 365. So make sure that you connect that or turn it on. And of course, you can color coordinate the Office 365 or the Google Calendar appointments, as well as Acuity. We're going to talk about Acuity. You need to have a subscription for Acuity calendar. Okay. But yeah, make sure that you go to your user preferences and then customize it here. We also have a view only link. So if you want to copy this and paste it in maybe your iCalendar, it's a view only access so that you can see your eIMMIGRATION calendar over there. All right, so let me go back to the calendar and I want to show you how to share. If you click on share, this is where you can add your case workers. It doesn't mean that you want to give them permission to create appointments. You can probably remove the full access or give them full access so they can, like I did for Ray's calendar right now. I was able to create an appointment on his calendar. Or you can just give them a view only access. Okay. All right, let's go back to the calendar. I want you to look at these three dots. This is where you select whose calendar you want to see at a time. For example, let me just look at Ray, Kevin's, and my calendar, and I just want to see my reminders for the clients. and click OK. Now I don't want to see Acuity's calendar, so I can remove that. Let me remove that from here. Here we go. Your calendar with eIMMIGRATION, you can move your mouse. And if you have process steps or reminders, look at the description. I know exactly which case and what type of process or task I need to handle today. Now, if I double click on it, it's going to take me to the case and I see the task. So let's say that I did process 50% down of the payment, and then I send the receipt to client. I click on the box as completed, and it automatically adds today's date to the end date. Obviously, the progress is updated, so the client can see that if she logs in into her client portal, she sees that we took care of that. This is optional if you want to share or not with your clients. So you just select the name of the client and then click save, and that way your client can see the timeline of what's been completed. Now, these process steps, you can customize them via the administrator portal, and again, they'll show up in your calendar, as you can see, and the tickler. Okay. Now, let me see if I forgot to. Okay. Integrations. The integrations that we have are Office 365. Obviously, you need to log in and connect your calendar, as well as Google. Don't forget to download my PowerPoint presentation, because I put the links right here so that we can show you. Either you can watch the video or you can follow the instructions with step-by-step instructions, so that you can see how to integrate and connect your Office 365 calendar, as well as your Google Calendar. Okay. Now, for Acuity, you need to have a subscription. And Acuity, for those that are new and they haven't joined a previous training, let me explain. Your clients, when they log in into their client portal, if you are subscribed to Acuity and you connect that to eIMMIGRATION, they can see, oh, you know what? Let me turn it on, because you can turn it off. I think I have it disabled. You can customize it for each client. If you go to client access on the right hand side, I'm going into the contact profile. Under client access, if you scroll down, you'll see each of your clients have specific, access details. So I want to give them access to schedule appointments, and Acuity allows you to select, for example, appointments for consultations, appointments for follow-ups, or prep for court or interview appointments. I don't know. So you can, depending on the client, you can say, well, they can choose from only this type of appointment and this one. That's it. And let me go back and refresh. Okay, here we go. So now my client can click on that icon and she can see only those two type of appointments. When they select the calendar, they can see our availability. And so let's say they want to book an appointment today, for January 11th, and they'll just proceed to complete the registration or the appointment. Okay, you guys will get an email. This is a service, again, that you have to subscribe to, and you can always contact Acuity about their different tiers and prices. Okay, let's go back. All right, smart alerts. I don't know if you noticed, but every time that I click on the name of the client, I get a pop-up window. So imagine if you are the receptionist and you have no idea of what's going on with each client, but when they call for an appointment, you see this alert. Especially if you have billing in your package and you want to see if this person has overdue invoices, you can see this pop-up window automatically. You can technically create any type of alert by adding it here. So it's going to show a pop-up window, and your your staff, they're going to see your messages, your alerts. Maybe there's a new law or something that you want all of them to be aware of. So this might be a good opportunity or a good place for your staff to see either a client alert or a case alert. If you go into your administrator portal, it's located right here under types. So my global alert can be for the client profile or the case profile. So I'm going to click on global case alert and I can add it right here. It could be like a warning, info, success. So I can either create a basic alert or an advanced alert. The advanced alert is related to invoices at this point. Let me just select a basic one and just add a test. I don't know, let's say USCIS has a new law notification. I don't know, I'm just making this up. So I want my staff to read this pop-up window every time they access a case. So when they open a case as a caseworkers, let me open any case, they're going to see that alert right here. And they can always add a new one. Okay, let's say a warning alert. So this allows your staff to be on the same page, regardless if they are the caseworker or not, and they'll just get the alert that I created as a global alert, which cannot be deleted. And these alerts that they add, they can be modified or deleted. That's the difference. Okay, but these are the smart alerts and you can customize them again from the administrative portal. Let's continue. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see. I'm going to launch a poll. Please vote. Okay, thank you for voting. So far, no one has questions. I can continue with the presentation. So thank you so much for voting. Let's continue. Alrighty, if you have questions, message me through the chat. Okay, I will show you now how to manage your documents expiration dates. And later we'll talk about the dashboard where we can see everything at once. All right. Number one, I'm going to access my client's account or contact profile. And on the right hand side, I'm going to click on documents. This is where you can manage the folders and let's say the I don't know passport or I-94, visas, EADs, or any like an RFE 797s or any document that I need to track their expiration dates. So when you add a document, let's say the passport, make sure that if you want this information to transfer to the forms, that you set this as current if it's a current passport. Okay, and as long as you have the expiration date here, you can run reports based on pretty much all of these fields. Okay, today I'm not going to talk about reports, but I want you to know that that's the reason why we encourage clients to enter data into eIMMIGRATION instead of using Excel. I see a lot of law firms or nonprofit organizations still using their Excel spreadsheets to enter data manually, and then I don't know. I think it's better for you to just enter the information here because then it won't just be for the reports, but it can transfer to the forms and yeah, you can save more time and share the reports automatically. Anyway, so for many reasons. So how do I manage the expiration dates? Again, if you go to the document, let's say the user defined, I'll just add the document. This is customizable. Again, let's say that we have a 797 and that expires next week. I'll just call it test for any description and I can upload the actual document and then I'll just save and close. Okay, now that I have my document here, okay, I can always look at the reports or the tickler And that's where I can see, okay, show me all my 797s. Now, if you want to be specific, you can run a report or even do an advanced search. If you want to see, maybe just the ones that expire in the next 3 months or just my EADs, or so you can run a report or an advanced search based on the type of document, based on the expiration date, etc. Even the descriptions. Okay. All right. So that's the contact profile, document section. Let's take a look at a case. I'm going to take you now to any of these cases. If you go to a case window, on the right-hand side, we have the documents. Excuse me, I have a cough attack. Okay, all right, under the case window, I think I need water. All right, let me open another one because I didn't see a lot of documents that I can utilize. Here we go. Okay, if you go to the actual case window, you can customize the checklist of the evidence. Now, let's say that I already have the passport. If I go to the contact profile, let's close this. Under the documents, that passport that I received, that I have it, right here, this is a PDF. I'm just going to click on select edit and copy to clipboard. Why should I ask the client to re-upload if I already have it here in her contact profile under passports? All I need to do is just click on, go to the case window, click on select edit, and instead of re-uploading it, just paste it, copy paste it from the clipboard. And that's it. My PDF is now here. See, now I can see the the upload date and the file. If you need to run a report to see how many clients or applicants still haven't uploaded which documents, it's really easy because then the system will tell you whatever doesn't have a file attached to it. Now remember, if you select and want to share this checklist with your clients, they can upload from their client portal. It's a lot easier to do it that way. Because if I was your client and you tell me, hey, Vanessa, I need you to please upload your evidence, and you tell me exactly what you need, my diploma, my passport, it's easier for me to just upload. In fact, I can drag and drop all these files that I have and then tell you which, this JPEG or this PDF is my diploma, this is my passport, and so it's a win-win. But of course, we understand that not every client is tech savvy. And if that's the case, you can always even print it for them and give them like a paper with all the requirements. So they'll just bring it to you physically. By the way, you also have a tool called batch upload where you can do the same thing, scan all the evidence and just do, drag and drop everything as long as each file doesn't exceed 100 megabytes. Now, as far as the expiration dates, if I go to the general basic information, here's where you can also add, the case expires or we have to renew, or, you can just go by all of these dates and run a report based on that as well. Okay. Speaking about deadlines and reminders, you can also utilize this section for the actual case expiration date. Okay. Let me see. Oh, where do I customize? In order for you to customize the documents menu, go to the administrator portal, click on types, and it's right here, custom document types. So click there and you should see by default a list, but you can always rearrange it. Like I said, you can drag and drop, you can delete, edit. Yeah, this is your list. It could be any document, doesn't have to be immigration related only. The other day, someone asked me if they could use the system for a credit repair service. Again, nothing to do about immigration, but they want to use the system as a case management for their credit repair services, and that's great. If there's anything that expires or anything that they want to customize, yeah, they can also customize this type of document and keep track of expiration dates. As long as you go into the contact profile, click on user defined, and you can see that drop down menu here. Okay, so you can run reports based on the document type as well. Now, also note that when your clients upload their files, they're going to be located under the other section. Let me, right here, others. So anything my client uploads, I can see that right here. And then remember, you can always copy paste from here into any other section. How do I give access to, oh, great question. How do I give access so they can upload? So go to the contact profile. On the right hand side, you're going to see client access. And this is where you need to create the access. Let me delete it so you can see. Okay, so if it's a new client and you haven't giving them access yet, click on, again, it's client access on the right hand side. It's the last option. Enter the username or login name that you want them to use. I usually recommend giving them a simple password, 1234. They're going to change it anyways. Because if you generate the password automatically, it's kind of complicated. And when they copy paste it, they usually, get an error message just to save time. 1234. I can also set an expiration date. I don't want them to access this after December of next year. I mean, I can add an expiration date or just leave it empty to never expire, and then click create. When you create the access, you need to let them know, email them the username and password. By the way, if you haven't used the letter templates, I highly recommend you do. In the administrator portal, you can customize them. I like to have, for example, one in Spanish. I don't have to retype it every single time, and it can, it's customizable. You can add the tags, so it auto populates the name of the client, and do not change the brackets. Just for security reason, when the client gets an email, she's gonna see the 1234 password, and that's it. I'll just send her an email, and I can customize the access rights. Can she open a report? Maybe not every report, but just, deadlines or documents uploaded, or create a custom report if you are subscribed to the module, and you can select the access per client. Do I want the client to be able to schedule appointments? Yes. If so, which type of appointments from the Acuity calendar? All right, let me know if you have any questions about how to give access to your clients so they can log in into the client portal. All right, let's talk about the tickler. What is a tickler? Let me click on tools and show you what the tickler is. It is a dashboard where you can see all your reminders, expiration dates, and process steps, as well as accounts receivable aging data if you are subscribed to billing. This tickler is customizable. If you go to your user preferences, you can click on tickler, go to settings or layout, and you can modify the chart type and the due dates, the time frame. Maybe I want to see in the last, if I have any overdue, maybe 10 days, and then 15 days from today, and you can customize it and then click save. And your layout, you can have your own layout, and you can choose, well, for the case, I just want to see the cases by process type. I want to see the case expiration dates. I want to see, I mean, you can customize it, cases per month, or my client information. I only care for the user defined documents and my case reminders. I'm sorry, client reminders, and that's it. I don't care for accounts receivable or any process steps, and then just click Save All. Let's take a look at the tickler. Now that I have my version or my layout, I can select that user layout or the test or the default one, right? So you can customize it instead of using the default one. Here we go. Cases per month by process type. So you have the charts here. All right. What is a tickler? Like I said, is your general dashboard. If I click on this link, it looks like we have in the last 10 days and the next 15 days, we have these um, tasks or reminders. We have to take care of the renewal, we have the core hearing prep, and who's responsible. Any notes? Now, of course, if I click on this box on the top left, I can show the data for all my case workers. So this becomes like a general dashboard. Okay. Anything that's overdue. Now, I don't know if you know this, but you can also select, for example, you know what? These, for this particular case, we want to change the dates and say we have done that maybe last week. Let me put that completed date so that it applies to all of these reminders at once instead of doing it one by one. Okay. Again, you can just modify it from here and say, this is the due date, but I'm going to extend it until next week. I mean, you can modify it from here and save them instead of doing one by one. So this is the reminders. The process steps are different because the process steps are kind of like the tasks or the to-do list. Again, you can customize them and you can see what we need to do and the target date or deadline. If you click on the link, it will take you to the case where you can see the process steps or again the timeline and you can modify them. You can click on modify process steps. Remember, in order for this to work, your staff they have to at least add the start date. If you have a number, even if it's 0, the system can auto-populate the target date. And now you know what's the deadline. And also, of course, who's responsible. If you want the paralegal or attorney to receive an email reminder, so let's say Vanessa has to do this on the 2nd, I'll get an email reminding me you need to meet with client to review the judicial process. Okay? And when I'm done, I'll just click here, complete it. Let me just save. This is a great tool to supervise or manage your team because you can see what's been done, what's coming soon. You can plan ahead. If you know that we need to do this, but your staff is out on that date, you can either delegate or take care of this step. So that's the tickler. It's customizable and we highly recommend that you use it. If you like to see the tickler, the first time, this is the first thing that I want to see so that I can plan ahead and see what's the priority. You can go to user preferences and click on, where is it? Right here. My default start page. I want either my calendar or my tickler, my mailbox, so you can customize what is your default start page. So let me close or log out so you guys can see. Okay, let me log in. Here we go. So my start page takes me directly to the tickler and I can see exactly what I need to see. Reminders, process steps, and for the expiration dates, so let me use the default one. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see them right here. Expiration dates for all the passports, I-94s. Here's a user-defined document. It looks like we have one document. It's a 797 expiring on the 5th of January. So again, you can either click on the link or delete it from here. Delete the reminder. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. I have a question for you. Do you guys think you're using the system to its full potential? Let's see. Let's be honest. Someone clicked already. No, I seriously doubt it. I think there are, and as technology advances, obviously there are a lot of things that we can take advantage of. For those that are new, we even added a new feature called Summarizer for, artificial intelligence. We keep adding more features to the system. So that's why we do these sessions or trainings so that you guys can take advantage of the, investment and maximize it. Now, please know that, let me, I'm going to show you the resources and support. We're here to help you. Obviously, with any system, you are going to have questions and your team is going to have questions as they start using the system. Please call us. You can call us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Except on holidays, we're going to be closed next Monday. You can email us 24/7. That's the email address. Or on your home screen on the top right corner where it says technical support, send us a message or send your feedback to our developers. We even have a user's guide. In that user's guide, you can type the keyword. For example, let me click on the link. On the top right, I'm going to select, I don't know, Google. Here's, how to sync my Google Calendar. We have, like I said, step-by-step instructions, or you can click here to watch the video. Okay, but we have the user's guide available for you so that you can ask any question or find the resources there. We do these live trainings for free on Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have a podcast and a forum page on Facebook. You can connect with other attorneys using eIMMIGRATION. We have a YouTube channel called Cerenade Academy. I'll show you right now. So please subscribe so that you can watch the videos. Here's a did you know section. There are probably areas of the system that you are not aware of. That's the reason why I was asking, do you think you're using the system to its full potential? But we want you to do that. So know that we have areas like, the timekeeper. We do offer like translations, automatic payments, the ability to share the checklist with your clients so they can upload documents. If you haven't used a case document assembly, I highly recommend you try it. It creates a table of contents for you. If you haven't used e-filing, please do. Please don't struggle with the Department of State website directly. Use e-filing. We are the only vendor that has all the USCIS forms as well. And you can import data from the CBP website if you are subscribed to the e-filing module. You can share your process steps and the progress with your clients. Also the calendar appointment notifications. Like I said, the summarizer new feature. And now your clients can also, or not your, well, not just your clients, but you can view the case status in your client portal. All right, these are the questions that you guys sent to us. How to sync my calendar to Office 365 Outlook. From the user preferences, click on that calendar option and check the box that says connect to my Office 365. But you can, like I said, click here to learn more. And that way, if you create an appointment in Outlook, it will show in eIMMIGRATION and vice versa. It can only be linked to that Outlook calendar, not, multiple users cannot be linked to one calendar. How to create case reminders. We talked about that today, but I put the link right here so that you learn more. Basically, just go to the case and click on reminders, and you can make sure you also customize them, the categories. I've seen clients that have used the system for a long time and they never really take advantage of the administrator portal. So it's under the types. Make sure you customize your appointments, comment types, program types, everything. Okay, here's where the more you customize it, the better. It's easier for you to be organized. You run reports based on that type of appointment or type of reminder. How to share my calendar with my team. Well, let me show you again. I did explain that, but let me go over that really quick. Click on the calendar item or icon, click on share, and then just add your caseworker that you want to share with. You don't have to, I'll just type the name, and then find, select, and then click add caseworker. I think I had Benita already. Okay, so she has full access to my calendar. Okay, let's continue. How to send automatic reminders. It really depends on which type of reminders you want to schedule because the system offers automatic email or SMS reminders related to, let's say, questionnaires or process steps email reminders for caseworkers, actual client case reminders, etc. So let me show you one that I didn't really cover earlier. Let's say Valeria, my client, needs to respond to a questionnaire. If I click on create questionnaire for Valeria, right here, let's say I want to send her a WhatsApp or a text message or email link. It's called passwordless link. She prefers Spanish, and I don't know, I'm going to pick the process for naturalization. And what did I do? Oh, interesting. I'll check with our developers, but it's not giving me the naturalization process for some reason. Well, this is our testing site. This is not a real site. Okay, I'm gonna try to send this one. Let me see. Okay, I need to send this questionnaire to my client. And again, I could send the link via SMS, via email, or I can copy the link and paste it in WhatsApp. This is a reminder that I was referring to. The system can send these automatic reminders once a day, once every 3 days, or once a week. Again, via email, SMS, or both. And I can set an expiration date. Do not send reminders after the 15th of next month. And that's it. So the system will send a reminder if the client has not yet uploaded or responded to the questionnaire. That's how it works. And for the other reminders, you already know the process steps and the actual reminder types. Let me quickly show you, we still have time. Let me quickly show you one more thing. Go to the case window, click on process steps. And for example, this naturalization case, let's modify them. We're going to start on Tuesday, and then we do this. So I see the timeline of what needs to be done. And based on the number, then the system creates the target date. Great. And then I see the, responsible person who's a caseworker that's going to take care of that. All right, so that's it. Let me save it. Oh, my tab is no longer open. That's why. I think because I logged out. Okay, never mind. I use this one instead. Okay, let me try again. So I'm gonna go to my case. I can use the shortcut. Remember the shortcut, load more data and go straight to my process steps. It's a little faster that way. Let me try again. I'm gonna modify and say starting on Tuesday, again, adding the start date so that the system can create my timeline. And then I can add the person who's responsible. What I wanted to show you is right here. If you click select activities, see, select activities. When you add an appointment, not appointment, sorry, when you add a process step, you can have the system perform an action automatically in advance. You can say, when I complete the step, or a few days after we complete the step, maybe 2 days after we complete the step, I want you to send an email. So that email can go to the attorney or the client instead of you drafting the email or sending it manually. Um, when that happens, you can pre-program that action. So that email can be added either on a case-by-case basis or by default based on the type of process. Of course, you need to go to the administrative portal. Okay, these are the upcoming trainings for the month of January and February. So make sure that you, again, download my PowerPoint presentation so that you can click on the links. They are not yet available in our website, but if you want to, let me show you on our website, Cerenade.com. If you do slash events, eventually you're going to see the schedule posted here for January and February, but I'm giving you the links right now. So you can just plan ahead, especially if you have new paralegals. Please don't just give them access to the system with no training. It's frustrating for them, and I don't think it's fair. So just let them at least take a live, webinar like today for a basic training for new users. And for you, if you want to maximize your investment or learn more about e-filing, reports, billing, we have these sessions for free. Okay, so I want to thank you for joining us today. Please make sure that you connect with us. Let us know if you have any questions. And on behalf of Serenade, Happy New Year. Don't forget to download the PowerPoint presentation. And yeah, I'll stick around for a couple more minutes if you have any questions. If not, you can disconnect now and enjoy your weekend. Happy New Year. This is a YouTube channel, by the way. Oh, you're welcome. Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Take care. Nice to see you. See you next year. So this is a channel on YouTube. Just search Cerenade Academy and make sure you subscribe. This is where you can watch all these trainings. In case you cannot join, you can watch them here. So I received a question for the advanced search. Let me show you. Instead of me responding via the chat, I'll just show you so that it's in the video. What you need to do is go to your, oops, here we go. Go to your search, and it's right here, advanced search. If you don't have custom reports, you can just add a custom search. So this is what I recommended. Adding your criteria, for example, the client document, which is right here, like custom, I want to see all my 797s that expire this year or last year or next month, or you can choose that category. And then the columns, obviously you can add more categories. And then the columns, this is very similar to creating a custom report. So just select, I want to see the 797's expiration date. I want to see the client name, the client's email address. So just select the criteria that you want. I don't know. I'll just add one more. I want to see the 797's description, maybe, or filing date, and then you need to sort one column with ascending or descending, and then just run. The only disadvantage with this advanced search, oh, I only have one, is that you can't save this search or, criteria, and you cannot schedule it. And that's why we recommend getting custom reports, because it's the same thing. You can create the report, but you're going to save the template and you can schedule the report. So that's the difference. By adding the report, you by scheduling the report, for example, this one, for a company or a business client, I want to see all the 797s expiring this month. Send that as Excel on a monthly basis starting next year until maybe the end of the year. Let's do like that. And then you can just enter their email address. It doesn't have to be someone using the system. So you can schedule any report and share that on a weekly, monthly, daily basis, yearly basis as Excel, PDF. So this is going to save you a lot of time so that you know the expiration dates and in advance, or your tasks, or reminders, instead of logging in into the system. Thank you for asking the question. Yes, you can always contact our sales team and inquiry about the plan. I don't have that with me, so you can contact them to ask what package do we have, and do we have that. Technically, if you go to your site, if you're connected, click on the gear icon on the top right corner where it says settings, and click on subscription details. That's how you can tell what modules you have access to, because it's going to show an expiration date. So if you see NA where it says custom reports, then that means that you guys don't have it. Or your office might have custom reports, but you don't have access to it. You just scroll down to your access rights and make sure that it doesn't say blocked. So that's probably why. Or you're not the administrator, you have blocked access to the admin portal, and that's why you cannot create the custom report. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining our live webinar. And again, on behalf of Serenade, thank you for joining us, and Happy New Year. Be safe.